Mixing Viagra and cocaine, I have done that because I am a recovering sex addict and also cocaine and alcoholic addict. My name is Eric. If you're new to my channel, it's all about mental health, mental illness, sobriety, suicide awareness, just making sure that nobody goes through life alone. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a counselor. I am diagnosed with ADHD, PTSD, anxiety and depression, lost a wife and a father to suicide. I'm a recovering cocaine and alcoholic addict. Mixing Viagra and cocaine is something that's actually pretty fucking common, and it is dangerous. The main reason that it is dangerous is because cocaine is a hardcore stimulant. I mean, it gets your heart rate going, it gets your blood pumping. There's a lot with cocaine that affects your central nervous system, that it just affects your heart rate, affects your blood flow. That now all of a sudden putting Viagra into your system, well, let's face it, what does Viagra do? Viagra was designed originally to help with increased blood flow. It wasn't an erectile dysfunction medication to begin with. It was really discovered on accident. It relaxes the walls of your blood vessels so that blood ends up flowing easier into some areas of your body. I don't know, like your penis, it flows a lot quicker. So it helps people when it comes to erectile dysfunction get hard, where in some cases you couldn't get hard. Well, also being a hardcore cocaine addict, I was doing 1 to 2 8 balls of coke a day, and I love sex. And anytime that I used coke, well, I got horny. That's just how it is. I mean, if you talk to a lot of people who use cocaine, both sexes, men, women, whatever, I mean, it does increase your sex drive, or your sex desire, I should say. But at a certain point with cocaine, you do so much that it doesn't get hard. I mean, it's like this. I mean, face it, that's what happens. And there's nothing worse than it's like this. The person that you're doing coke with is all hot and ready to go, and you're like this. So what do? Well, we become the scientist, chemist that we are, especially when we are addicts, and go, hey, let me mix these two drugs because I can do all the coke I want to. And guess what? I'm going to be able to get hard. So that's what I did. If I was going out and I was going to get fucked up, like, I prepared for it. Like, I would get a hotel room. I prepared for it. I'd have a bunch of alcohol there. I'd have 8 ball of coke. And I would take a Viagra, or I would take a Cialis. Well, when you do that, one, the alcohol does hit you harder. The drugs hit you a little bit harder. But when you are taking these, you do get hard. It does have a side effect that you can actually run into that portion where your dick doesn't get soft. That it gets to a point that the blood flow almost cuts off and it stays there. That's why it's one of those that even as guys, you know, everybody laughs like, oh man, if I had a fucking hard on for 4 hours or more, dude, life would be fucking awesome. No, it's not. It's not. I've gotten it to where it's been hard for like a couple hours straight, and it fucking hurts. If you've ever been there and you're a guy, you know what I mean. It gets to the point that it's not cool. Then you start to panic. You start to freak out. When you're fucked up, you get even more amped up and more freaking out. The other thing too is that you've increased your blood flow, so your heart rate's even going to go up even higher than what it would with cocaine. I mean, you're going to feel the flushness in your face. You're going to feel the different temperature changes hitting your body very quickly. You're going to feel the shit going through your veins. I mean, you really do. I mean, it feels like your heart's going to rip out of your chest. And that was what I did. I did that, though, because I wanted to feed my sex addiction that bad. That I didn't care what it did. I didn't really think into it that, hey, you know what, this could give me a heart attack. This could give me a stroke. This can really fuck with my heart. Not alone that I'm doing a massive amount of cocaine. 1 8 ball alone, I mean, 8 grams of coke is a lot of coke. Each day to, I don't know, 16 grams of coke each day is a lot of fucking coke. So that alone put a lot of taxation on my heart. Then throwing in Viagra, throwing in Cialis, all that does is add more stress to it. It forms the risk of you going into a cardiac arrest. It's one of those that these drugs and medications weren't designed to be mixed. So us mixing them together, all it does is playing Russian roulette. I mean, I'm an example that I'm still here, but there's people that aren't here still. I mean, that's the reality of it. Yeah, does it get you like this? Yeah, it gets you fucking strong like bull, and it doesn't stop. But the problem is it doesn't stop, and you're looking at your dick going, this isn't fun after a while. And if you're hard enough, long enough, like sex doesn't feel enjoyable. It starts to hurt. So it really wrecks with that blood flow to you. And when you are on coke, I mean, it depends on the monster of your addiction, how you were. I mean, I was that person that was like, fuck it, I'm just going to push through it and I don't care. And I would keep drinking more alcohol thinking that it's going to relax me some more because I'm so tense from the cocaine. And it didn't. There was no relaxing it. Thankfully, I never ended up going to the hospital because of it, but it's something that's real that I could have went to the hospital for. And the worst thing in the world is that you don't stop. If you are struggling with addiction out there, man, my heart goes out to you because I know what it's like. A little over 2.5 years clean. And it's been a fight, and it is a fight, and it will always be a little bit of a fight, but it's one that you're not alone in. So remember that. I mean, when you're mixing cocaine with erectile dysfunction medication, you're going to be taking a toll on your heart. You're going to be taking a toll on your whole fucking system. And you're going to be beating yourself up in ways that you didn't know that you're going to be beating yourself up. So if you are struggling with it, I mean, NAAA are great programs out there. I suggest both of them. If you are struggling, get the help, get the support that you need. Stay away from mixing these two drugs. The damages that you're going to do are even greater. It makes it even harder later on down the road when it comes to sex, and I'm going to explain that in some of my later videos. It screws with your headset. It screws with your mentality. It screws with your thoughts. But click that like and subscribe button, and let's do this together. I mean, that's what it's about, is trying to bridge the gap between a crisis hotline and therapy. All the tools and experiences and resources that we can share so that nobody goes through life alone, so that nobody is struggling alone, that you know that it is okay to be not okay and that you can get help. Down below in the description box, I have links to all of my mental health Discord communities. I have links to all the different social medias that I'm on. And that's what it's about, is just bringing that awareness, letting people know that it's okay. I have links down below to things on Amazon that I use for depression or anxiety, like fidget cubes, fidget spinners, weighted blankets. Even have a link down below to BetterHelp. If you've never tried therapy before, it's something that's worth a try, because life is trial and error. It's to find out what works for you, because what works for me might not work for somebody else, and what worked for somebody else might not work for me. But it's all part of that trial and error in life to find out what works for us and not giving up. So know that you're worth it. Hit that like and subscribe button. Comment down below. Remind yourself that you're a BAMF. You're a badass motherfucker. You made it through 100% of your worst days to make it through 2 today. And you got this.